I think that I was giving my testimony earlier when I came. I was sitting in the office. Next year will be 40 years that I have been in ministry for the Lord, preaching. And cutting through the chase, I just want to say this. When the Lord blessed us with this facility right here, this church, this here, we got there, and this was back in 1999. We got there, and we began to pray. And I asked God, I said, God, why have you placed me here? Because right across the street from my church was a project. You know, the, what do you call that when those people on that? You know, yeah, it was a project. That's what we used to call them. You know, project. And I said, I had came so far in the ministry, done a lot of things, and, you know, was really highly blessed. And I have a word ministry. I generally teach the word. And, you know, they was asking me some things about feeding people food. And I said, no, I'm not going to do that. I said, the only thing I'm giving these people is the word. I said, giving them hamburgers, hot dogs, it's not going to get it. They need a life-changing word. So I said, Lord, what would you have me to do here? This was I found myself back in the ghetto. Not thinking about that's where I originally had came from. And so the Lord said to me one day, he said, look over there across the street. He said, you see that? I said, yeah, projects. He said, that's where you came from. You remember that? And my mind went back. My mother, years ago when I was a little boy, about the 5th grade, our house caught on fire. And it burned down and we lost everything. And my mother and my father, they separated. And we moved into projects. And the Lord said to me, he said, remember, you were there. And you found your way out of there. He said, now what I want you to do is find your way back in there and help them find their way out of it. And I began to realize what God then wanted me to do. And that was to go back and to gather those that had the same experience that I had, walking down the same road, and give them listen, children, the key is knowledge. Don't let nobody fool you. The difference between success and failure is one word: knowledge. It's what you know. That's the only difference. It's not your skin color. It's not even the education you got. You succeed based on what you know. If you don't know something, you can't do nothing. You can only do what you know.
All right.
So I believe in impartation of knowledge. I'm not trying to just preach and impress nobody with preaching. That means nothing to me.
All right. All right.
What I want to do is empower you and see the manifestation in your life-changing experience.
All right.
And that happens through knowledge. It's through knowledge. Knowledge is power. Ignorance is darkness.
Amen. My God.
And so the Lord began to manifest that to me. So I said, okay. So then I began to reach out and to bring them into Bible study. And just teach and teach and teach and teach. Because God said, I'm going to give you pastors according to my heart who will feed you with
knowledge and understanding.
That's what the church needs today.
Knowledge and understanding.
Knowledge. A blind man can look around and see what's going on in the world. Now, I want to just interject this just for a moment. I want to give you some. Let me leave this with you. Because you got something to deal with now. We're dealing in a world that is a global society. It's more than just you and your foe and no more. And there is a level of competition. In order for you to succeed, there's a level of competition that you've got to operate in, even in the church.
My God.
I got a 24-hour streaming TV on my internet, and I'm getting ready to go on the Word Network because I realize now that the message, the gospel message, in order for it to be extended, you have to have some form of media. Do y'all have any radios or anything here in this area? Do you have TV, Christian TV, other than TBN?
Right.
But how is anyone going to come here to this church unless they know you here? Passing out flyers, that's all well and good, but the wind blow them off cars now.
All right.
So knowledge is what I want you to embrace. In school, start there. Get all the knowledge you can. When I was in theological seminary, they told us that we're going to be like sponges. Everything that went out, we would absorb. Knowledge is the key to victory in Jesus. God bless you. Stay encouraged. I was blessed to be here. I was blessed with you.